Get up out of bed.
Twat chat. What you gonna do? Twat chat.
Headphones on your head.
Twat chat. Gotta listen to Twat chat.
Hello!
Hello.
This isn't Twat Chat. This isn't an episode of Twat
Is-
Chat. What is this?
Is it on the, we're on the, we're
This
on
isn't
the
Tuesday.
Wrong, or is it?
What are we doing, Tom?
Well, it is approximately at this very moment 15 minutes till we leave
To
go
watch
see Ant-Man and the Wasp. You were going to say Ant-Man 2 then.
Yeah, you got me.
It's the same thing I nearly said as well.
So what we're going to do is we're going to do a bit of a thoughts going in, predictions,
Yeah.
expectations,
Yeah.
and then we're going to
Yeah.
stop recording.
Yeah.
Are you all right?
No. Yeah, because obviously we're going to do some predictions, thoughts going in, what we think, what we want to
Yep.
think, what we want to
And then
happen,
we're
what we
gonna
don't
go
want to happen, and then we're going to go watch the movie,
And then we're going to come back.
and we're going to review it
Indeed.
in its full flushed out entirety.
Indeed. So, Tom, what can you remember from the first Ant-Man?
Very little.
Same.
I can remember a lot of other MCU movies,
Yep.
but that one, I've only seen it once.
Same.
I didn't go back to that well.
We really should have
I've
rewatched
seen
it.
Civil War a lot, and he's in that.
What do you think is going to happen plot-wise in this film?
Probably not a lot.
I reckon it's going to be a lot of the...
A lot of stuff we've seen before.
Yeah. I don't think...
Cash grab, Disney. Cash grab.
I'm not too familiar with Ant-Man, not going to lie.
Mm.
And I'm pretty sure they're going with one of his main villains.
Right.
But that's
I'll tell you what does
already gone
excite
straight over
me,
my head.
going on what I've seen that trailer a few times, come all the times
Yeah.
I've seen The Incredibles. Firstly, weird they're putting that before The Incredibles. I don't think that's age appropriate, but still. The bit that gets me very excited every time I watch it is when she turns that salt shaker massive.
Yeah, that bit was pretty cool.
That makes me excited. I hope there's more of that shit. I want to see visually, like, fair enough, do a shit plot, but give me a lot of that. I want to see a lot of, like...
I reckon they're going to do a lot of, funky things.
Like they did with the
this
tank in
thing's
the
big
first
and this
one.
one's small. Yes, they did. Even though it's supposed to, weigh 10 gajillion pounds.
I don't know what's going on.
No.
I
See, and
don't-
again, in this trailer, he's got a building on his lap.
I'm kind of
Surely
sad
that should crush his legs.
that, obviously, there's not many people that do,
Mm.
but, like, Goliath was a big thing in Civil War. Like, wow, look at that.
Yeah.
But if you haven't seen Civil War, so people don't watch Captain America, but they watch Ant-Man.
Yeah, they wouldn't know that he's
So in the
gross.
trailer, it's just like, oh, he's big. What's that?
I guess
And I
so.
get it. That you've got to see them all.
Oh,
Got to
yeah.
catch them all. But
He's got a more comic accurate suit as well this time, I'm pretty sure.
has he? I wouldn't
yeah,
know.
I like the new design.
Yeah, I like. Let's talk about the Wasp.
The Wasp, yes.
Yes. Yes.
Hope Van Dyne.
This is the right way to go.
But this isn't the original Wasp, technically.
No.
She's the daughter.
But I want to
the
see
Wasp.
more girls in suits.
Well, speaking of which, me and Tom were talking about this a minute ago.
Before
we were trying
before
to...
the camera's rolling.
Indeed. We were trying to discuss what we think is going to happen, and we completely forgot that Janet Van Dyne
Disappeared into that little.
disappeared into the quantum realm,
Yeah.
or whatever it is,
Into
and
that little
didn't come
pocket.
back, and then Scott went there and came back very easily. So that bitch is going to turn up.
I hope so.
Yeah.
That would give
So
some.
what are you wearing my suit for? I'm the fucking Wasp.
That would give some gravitas. Maybe the other one dies,
Oh.
and she's back, and she's like, "I'm the Wasp again now."
Yeah.
And it's him with an old biddy. It's like Ragnarok, but instead of Hulk, it's an old lady. Wait a second, Scott. Wait, Scott. Wait, can you just make the road a little bit smaller? Zimmer frame Wasp.
Do you reckon we're going to get any cameos? Because last time, obviously, we had Anthony Mackie as Falcon.
Yeah, I think
Obviously, a
Hawkeye.
lot of them are busy. I was going to say that. A lot of them are busy at this time with...
Your best bet is Hawkeye,
Yep.
or maybe like those pricks sat around the table in Infinity War. What's his name? Ross.
What?
So,
Thunderbolt Ross.
Thunderbolt Ross.
Yeah, yeah,
I reckon they're the only ones I can think that would be
That
possible
aren't
to.
involved,
Unless
I
it's
guess.
like, I've got to get back to Wakanda. Cap is waiting for me.
Although, Fury, he's only in the post-credits of
yeah.
Infinity War. Spoilers. So...
He could be coming back from there.
Yeah, exactly.
He could be like,
He was on
"Okay,
the,
I'll
he was
see
on
you
the
later,
streets
Scott."
of New York getting in his car. Maybe he just
Motherfucker.
left. Yeah. Tom's frozen. He's
Maybe
doing an impression.
maybe Kobe Smulders will be in it as well.
Who's that?
Robin from How I Met Your Mother,
Oh, I didn't know that.
which is more important in a way. Where's
Maybe.
my super suit? That's,
Well,
that's another film he's in.
That reminds me. Do you reckon we're going to have another one of those... The big comedy part of Ant-Man, a big part of that was the bit when the guy was... I can't remember his name. Scott's friend, who who was telling the story, and then I heard from this guy, who heard from that guy.
And they
who
cut
heard
to all the different things. Yeah.
Do you reckon we're gonna get one of them
I
again?
hope not.
I reckon we are.
I don't think so. Unless it's the same character.
Yeah, it'll be the same guy saying the same story.
Yeah, that'll have to be a trope
like one of his
him.
things. Yeah. Do you reckon if that happens, do you want it to happen?
Not particularly.
And if it happens, do you reckon it'll be funny and they'll do it taking a
My
new
thing
angle?
is, right, Ant-Man was at the time a big sort of not as big as some risks they're taking, but it was
Yeah.
a very unknown character with not a lot of story to tell. That came
I
out.
disagree.
When it just came out and sort of crushed it in a way because
Yeah.
it was different
I don't
in a
think-
different way. It's not Guardians different, but it's
Yeah.
like a different. It's like a more calmed down different in a way.
Yeah.
It's
It
more
was just
realistic.
going for
sort of.
basically a flat out sort of comedy sort of heist thing.
Yeah.
I think that
feel
would have been
like-
a lot better if it didn't have all the issues with director.
Yeah,
all the
Edgar Wright.
dropping in, dropping out.
I wanted to see that.
That's because Edgar Wright was planning to do this before the whole Marvel thing, like cinematic universe was a thing. This is
Yeah.
back like 2001. He was like, "We're making an Ant-Man film." Finally, he gets allowed to do it, and they're like, "Oh yeah, you can't do that. You got to have Avengers in it. You got to do this. It's got to
Yeah,
fit in with
yeah.
my story." He was like, "Fuck off then."
Yeah, although I don't see why they couldn't just adapt what he had done to fit. Like,
I'm pretty sure they tried to because a lot of those jokes in it are very Edgar Wright-ish. Obviously, they've kept some of his stuff and been like, "That's fine. That'll work still."
yeah,
Yeah.
he just got Zack Snydered. Justice
Oh.
League comment. But yeah, I feel like I don't know. I'd say it's probably the one MCU film that I don't ever feel like, oh, I want to watch that one again.
Yeah,
Even
I know
though
what you
like
mean.
people, I like Thor, but people dislike Thor, and I dislike Captain America. But I'd still watch him again over this.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. I think it's because they're more connected to the bigger
Yeah,
brand
maybe,
scope.
well, this might be the one that
I hope so.
brings it
I'm
in
excited to say. I'm excited to see Wasp. Also, that ant playing the drums.
More. Yeah, that was weird.
I like. It looks good. I was like, that's a
Yeah.
good. I think it might even be a little bit practical effect.
Maybe.
Like even if it's not, it's a good CGI because
Yeah.
it looks a little bit
See, I
real.
thought I didn't really like the whole. Oh, look now, got a big ant, and he's your friend, and now he knows how to play the drums.
So
well,
was
he had
the big
an
ant in it before?
He had the ant friend in the last one, and it died.
Right.
He was like, "Oh, Anthony." He called it because Ant,
Oh, I see.
and he was like riding on his back. He was like, "Yeah, let's do this," and then he died for some reason.
Did he
was
make
like,
it bigger?
No. Yeah, no, he didn't.
Oh, I
I
couldn't
don't
have done
think
that
so.
then. That
No,
technology
yeah,
wasn't
he didn't.
there then.
Yeah, exactly. There you
Other
go.
than the tank.
Yeah, no, that was a small tank that was made big.
Oh, I see. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I mean.
That made normal size.
Yeah, it still was made big. Or was it?
It was
always?
It was always a massive tank,
And it just was made
he kept
small,
it
so
small.
he made it bigger, okay.
It was like a for special
There's like
occasions.
so many different ways to do
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
It's such-
Um,
I want to see. I know it won't happen. I'd
Hmm.
love to see a cameo like that involves because is it set in New York?
pretty sure, yeah.
Wouldn't it be, or what would be, maybe at the
Well,
end
yeah.
to see the big ring appear at the end?
Yeah, see, that's what I was going
And
to
him
say.
go,
Let's go on to this. How do you think it's going to tie in? See, I was thinking it's going to end with one of them being like, "Oh, we did it," and then one of them crumbles to
Yeah.
dust and go, "What the fuck?"
Wasp?
And
Will?
potentially,
What are you doing?
potentially either Hawkeye or maybe even Cap or someone turning up and being like, "Look,
Yeah.
shit's fucking hit the fan. We need you now."
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to get into it, but
The
from
pictures?
some pictures
Yeah.
that were seen on site,
Yeah,
of
he's in it.
the new one.
And
He's
it's
in
pretty
it,
obvious
and
he's
he's
in
and
it.
he's
I
a
mean,
big
that was always
part.
going to be the case because they're down on their numbers as it is
Yeah,
for
yeah.
this last part.
Yeah,
now.
he's a big part in it. So they.
And I think that's why they've released again Ant-Man.
So do you reckon that will happen
2 now.
post credits? So do you reckon the only bit that will tie into Infinity War will be the credits, the post credits?
See, I did at first, but now I'm starting to think they might. I don't think plot-wise it'll be connected.
Yeah.
But I think there might be something in the story at the end that
Yeah.
alludes to something going down. As I say, if it's not the big ship coming down, or Nick Fury, or like something that.
What
looks-
if this?
Or
this-
Captain Marvel.
Oh yeah, good point. I keep forgetting about her. What if this might be a massive
I'm
kick,
well
in,
excited to see
kick in the
that.
teeth or kick in the balls? Because this would have been obviously Disney interfering with whoever's directing this one. I don't know who's directing it. What if it ended with, instead of them trying to defeating the boss at the end, the
boss just
turns
crumbles.
and they're like,
That would be
what
pretty-
the fuck? Because that would be a shit the bed sort of moment. Like, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah, that
And
would be.
then-
Oh my god! Don't do it. No.
And but when doing
You
that,
could have just written a better film.
That makes it works though, because it makes that whole conflict they're having. It made you realize how small and insignificant that is,
I mean,
because that's just been
I
taken
don't
away in
think
a
that.
second.
I mean, I know it's hard to say this because of the business Infinity War does. They want to know just how successful that was going to be,
yeah,
and I don't think that would alienate the hardcore Ant-Man only audience. You
Yeah,
know what I
yeah.
mean? Like there's audiences that don't watch
Yeah,
all
it
of
would
them.
be a really cheap because it would make the whole plot, I guess, stupid. If
But at the
at
same
end it was
time,
beaten by
everyone
this.
who's like most people have seen Infinity War would all
Yeah,
go, "What?"
Yeah, yeah.
Like, and you know what's just happened.
Yeah.
And then maybe like,
Depends if you want to go for
and the thing is, then that would explain why, because he goes looking for the Avengers.
yeah.
Then.
It depends
So-
if you want to go for big shock twist.
But then you'd have a bit of a mess
or,
because when because let's be honest, they're all coming back.
yeah.
When they undo the snap and they all come back,
Oh yeah, that
it's
evil
just
bitch
got
is back. Oh fuck.
oh.
Oops.
Or maybe like I don't know, maybe like he comes back and that's where Ant-Man 3 picks up. I was like, right then.
What do you think's gonna happen with the jokes in this one? Do you reckon? Because the jokes are pretty solid in the last one.
Were they? I'm trying to remember. Were they? What rating was it? 12.
Pretty sure.
Was it
yeah.
like not like 15, but still
Yeah,
pretty
yeah,
adult
yeah,
humor?
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm hoping it's good adult humor in a way.
yeah. Do you reckon all the jokes are gonna land?
Paul Rudd. So
Well, I
likely.
quite like Paul Rudd.
So likely.
Yeah, yeah.
It depends how if the directors. They say if anyone's put too much input in, they're ruined. I have a
Yeah.
side thing to talk about.
Go on then.
James Gunn.
Oh yeah.
Can we just talk about that? I
Yeah,
know
go
it's
for
not
it,
really
go for it.
the right thing,
Yeah,
but
go for it.
it's kind of related.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that?
I think, it's been years ago. I know Disney have really strict
Well-
rules. Do you want to explain what's happened in case
Yeah,
people
so
don't know what's
basically
coming?
James Gunn has been
Director of
Guardians of the Galaxy Volumes 1 and 2 and
Yeah.
various other things over the years. And old shock comedian, that's important.
yeah.
He years ago put some pretty inappropriate and offensive things on his Twitter thing, and it wasn't even like it wasn't actually at the time it wasn't taken poorly.
Yeah, yeah.
Disney already knew about it,
Yeah.
but because a load of feminists or feminazis, whatever you want to call them, I'm not staying out of it, whatever, all got online and were like, "You can't say things like that! Oh my god!"
Yeah.
Disney have sacked
Dropped
him
him.
from Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Mm-hmm. Now, that's fair enough, but if anyone is an advocate for the fact that people and things can change,
That's
it's
you.
the ex-Nazi Disney. Can I just say?
Yeah, good point.
You know what I mean?
Do
Like,
you want to start bringing up all that Nazi propaganda
the
again?
whole point
or-
is, like, they should really be ambassadors for we can change.
Yeah.
And I think that's the important thing. If we're changing Hollywood into be more, it's including more Hispanic, black, female,
Yeah.
people in general, surely a person can change to be a better person as well. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Hollywood wasn't perfect forever either.
Exactly.
And the other thing is, all the Guardians cast, have you seen this, have come out and signed a thing about it.
No?
Oh, they've all written a letter. Like, they spent a week on it. They didn't come out straight away. It wasn't
Yeah.
knee-jerk. They sat down together. You can
Yeah.
tell Chris Pratt's voice is in there quite heavily.
Yeah.
And they all wrote this thing, all of them. Everyone from Vin Diesel,
Yeah.
Dave Bautista,
Yeah. Well, they're right.
Chris Pratt. They just wrote basically, we think it's it's a disservice and that people can change, and like
Yeah.
they basically said, yeah, he fucked up, but we don't see why it's such a big deal when people. I think everyone has a right to change. Is basically what
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
saying, and also. I kind of feel like this whole thing is a big ploy. I wouldn't be surprised,
Yeah.
and don't quote me on it, I'm not saying this has happened, if Disney said, right, we're going to put out a news article that you've been sacked.
Okay.
And then we're going to tell the cast to sign this thing. It's all press, so it all looks like they've made
I
action
would
on it.
say that.
And then it all comes back together and he will be reinstated, which
I
is looking
would-
likely now.
I would say that, but I don't see why Disney would be like, one of our directors made a rape joke.
Yeah, so that they can say, because all the people
Yeah,
going
but-
on and on making a big noise
I
about
guess
it,
so,
they
yeah.
can go, look, we've addressed it, we sacked him, and
I
then,
guess
oh, look,
so.
they've called for it back, we've
Oh, I
reassessed
see,
it,
I
we've had a
guess so.
sit down with him, and on this
Oh,
one
I
instance,
thought you
one
were-
more film with James Gunn, off you go.
I thought you were saying they re-brought
No.
it up. I see
No,
what
I
you
think
mean. I see what you mean.
they saw the situation, they went, right, here's what we do, because we want you to do this film.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So I wouldn't be surprised, and that would also, I mean, people need to get over it, like,
Yeah.
But,
Anyway, back to Ant-Man.
yeah, sorry, but, very exciting.
Indeed.
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
Indeed.
Well, you know who I want to direct it if he can't?
What?
Taika Waititi, who did Ragnarok.
Yeah, I think that would work
I think
together.
that would be a great, because he did a third installment and fucking crushed it. So
Yeah.
that would be my pick. Anyway, back to Ant-Man.
Yeah. So, what are you expecting to
A
find this
Korg
on?
could be in it. Sorry, carry on. It's fine. Back to Ant-Man.
Where are you expecting to put this on your radar? You reckon it's going to be okay?
I'm hoping it's...
Is it going to be amazing? Or is it going to be
I think it'll be better
shit?
than the first one.
Yep.
I'm getting that from the trailer already. It
Because
looks more interesting.
This hasn't added that many.
Just that salt shaker when it goes boom.
Yeah.
That's the bit that
I
excites
really
me.
like this shot.
I really like that salt shot. It looks really good. It looks real. Like when they make it big, it doesn't
Yeah,
look
yeah.
like, oh, that's CGI. It looked like it was the same fucking prop. I was like,
Yeah.
wow. They've gone resize on Photoshop, and there you go. Perfect. Yeah, I think it's going to be above the first one. I think it will probably be above, like, Thor.
Yeah.
For me, Captain America.
Yeah.
Because I find that irritating, although I like it more since Red Skull's appearance in Infinity War. Spoiler. And... yeah, I think it'll be like... It won't be bottom, but I reckon it'll be, like, middle to just below middle.
See,
There's so many of them now.
I'm thinking middle to just above middle.
Really?
I don't think it's going to be amazing.
Do you think it'll be better
think it's
than
gonna be
Doctor
good.
Strange? I reckon it'll be about the same level as Doctor Strange.
Yeah, I think that's a good...
Which is kind of like middle of the road for me.
Yeah, I think that's...
I like
middle of
Doctor
the road.
Strange, but it's nothing. Wow, it's like
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
cool. They did a good film with Benedict Cumberbatch. I prefer Doctor Strange in Infinity War than doing his own film. Same with Ant-Man with Civil War and his film. I
Yeah.
prefer him in ensemble. I think they should. I mean, they won't because it's money.
Yeah.
But they could easily now just go right, put these characters in films together all the time.
Yeah, like they did with
Thor.
Hulk and
Yeah,
Thor.
exactly. If they just make it buddy them up, I mean, kind of are doing that with Wasp.
Yeah.
But if they buddy them up a bit more, I'd happily just watch films about that now.
Right, so a quick few predictions before we go. Any people are going to die? Not counting any dusty, crumbly
Michael
peoples.
Douglas,
Ooh, you think they're going to kill off...
Catherine Zeta-Jones' husband. Legit.
Still? I thought they got divorced or
Oh,
some
I
shit.
don't know.
Oh.
If they did, call me. Catherine
They're going to kill off the
Zeta-Jones.
original Ant-Man.
Call me. Yeah, I think that would be a good fitting end.
I don't think they're going to kill off anyone.
Really, you think
I
it's
think
going to be
they're
very
gonna play it
safe,
pretty safe.
middle
Yeah,
of the road,
I think this is going to go more for...
a romp?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like a more funny little journey as opposed
Yeah.
to a big, meaningful thing that's happened.
That's kind of what they did after the first Avengers, and it would make sense for them to do that after Infinity War.
Exactly.
Yeah. Any more predictions? Cameos.
Yeah, we briefly touched upon
You
this.
said Nick Fury.
Yeah.
That's possible. I think Captain Marvel's possible.
Yeah, we both said Hawkeye as well.
And Hawkeye.
Yeah.
They're the three we'll look at, and we'll
Yeah.
let you know if they are in it
Indeed.
in like a few minutes.
So any closing comments before we go, Thomas?
Let's do this.
Okay.
See you
Alright.
after Ant-Man, bitch.
So we're going to go watch the film. We'll be back in a matter of seconds. Those of you who are planning on watching it, go watch it now. Pause this. Fuck off and leave us for a bit.
Come back at
Because we're going to
minute.
come back with full spoilers.
Full spoilers after the jingle.
This little twat just got back from the movies.
What did you think? Did it suck? Was it groovy?
It may be overdue. It's a Twat Chat film review.
Okay, we're back.
We're back.
Wow.
It's the next day. We were too tired when we got back, so we went to sleep.
Well, it was today, technically.
It was, you're not wrong.
Into the midnight screening.
Can I just
Before
say,
we start with the film,
yeah,
can I just say, I got a free Coke.
you did get a free Coke.
I wasn't expecting that.
Tom went to pay for it. She put it through his cash and was like, you know what, when they come fix it, it'll be like another 10 minutes. Have a free Coke. Tom's like, should have had a large then.
Yeah, should have scrutinized.
Also, Tom terrified a young woman. threatened to stitch her to a carpet.
No, I was talking about kids that were talking in... It was just a private conversation, to be fair.
It's very loud.
And I was
though.
talking to you, and it was very quiet. The film hadn't the
film hadn't started yet.
Nothing had started yet. So we sat there, and she sat in front of us, and I go, yeah, there's kids at The Incredibles that were talking. And I was like, I kept just turning around and was like, hey, if you don't shut up, I'll sew you to the carpet. And this girl, woman behind me,
Turned around
oh,
with
with a look of horror on her
terrified
face, went, like, what are you looking at?
Jesus.
I'll sew you to the seat in a minute. And then they spent the whole film fucking like making out and shit. I
Yeah.
was like, do you mind?
Trying to watch a film.
Like, I'll sew him to your carpet, bitch.
Anyway, before we say anything, can we just say we called the plot of the movie before knowing anything about it. I don't know if that was in a trailer and we were a bit...
No,
and it sounds
I've
like we're
seen like
calling
the
it.
most recent trailers and there's nothing about her in it at all.
And we didn't... Obviously, it released in America 2 weeks ago, something like that.
A month ago.
Oh, there you go. But
'Cause of the
I didn't know
World
anything
Cup.
about it. I've avoided all sort of spoilery shit about it. Partly because I didn't really care about this film. But then... Yeah, we called it. The whole film was them trying to get fucking Janet out the fucking...
Quantum realm.
Quantum realm. That's what we said. So
Yeah.
Draco is going to come out in this one. There you go.
Yeah, and there wasn't really anything else to it. That was the thing that got me. It was
Yeah.
all about that. Like, there was no... Even the subplot with Lawrence Fishbone was like...
But, so before we do anything, Tom, do you want to explain the plot? This is full spoilers. if it hadn't already guessed.
Yeah. Well, so starts with a scene from the first one,
Yep.
technically altered with some de-aging of Michelle Pfeiffer and
Oh no, the bit on the missile was.
yeah,
from
that's
the
what I
old
mean.
film.
And then there's the old.
other
Yeah, that's what I
bit.
mean. There's some de-aging new stuff
Yeah.
with her saying goodbye to the little. I don't know their names. The little bitch.
Hope.
That's it.
Yeah.
Saying goodbye to her, saying, "Oh, don't wait up for me" or whatever. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Then they go off and do a mission. Then they show the clip with the missile. Then bitch goes into the quantum realm.
Mhm.
And then he's like, "Oh no!" And then it's him talking to her as an adult, going, "I think I found a way that we can get back." I don't know why Harrison Ford's playing him now.
Yeah.
But yeah. So basically, they're like, we want to. They're building this big machine thing, and then we cut to Scott, and he's under house arrest. He's playing, silly buggers in his house with his daughter.
Mm-hmm.
The cool, funny guy whose name I also don't remember.
Louis, something like that.
He was he was like running the business and like over and shit. And then his tracker, oh no, he went through a fence and his tracker fell out the fence and now he's broken his parole. So the Asian Tim from The Office turns up. Well, Asian Jim, sorry, turns up and goes, "Oh, expedition, here's what happened in the other two."
Mm-hmm.
And then he's like, "You're still under house arrest, but you got like a week left. I'll come and free you in a week if you don't fuck up." And then he wants to learn magic for some reason. Some magic. It was very funny, to be fair.
It was very funny.
And I think that's the thing. It wasn't. I don't think it really called for a midnight release.
No.
Like I would rather have. Like they didn't. In a way, I mean, I don't mind a midnight release, but I
Yeah.
don't think it really needed one. It wasn't like.
A big film.
Yeah, and you could tell from the numbers. But
Yeah.
Yeah, and basically it goes on. There's some really funny stuff that ensues. There's this gangster guy who I didn't really get what his thing was about, but he was a bit weird.
Yeah.
Looked like a prosthetic.
Scott had a connection to Janet, and then
Yeah.
they were like, "We're going to use that,"
Yeah, and then they kidnapped him.
and he had to, try and balance saving Janet and pretending he's at home so he doesn't get arrested for 24 years,
and then
whatever
they
it is.
could put an ant in the house and playing the
Yeah.
drums, which was the funny bit, and it kind of
Yeah.
made sense. I didn't like all the ant workers so much.
No.
Got a bit too much of it for me.
And
And
it's
when
a
at
bit-
the end they cornered the bad, like Lawrence Fishburne.
Yeah, I think
What was that all about?
the CGI was
Yeah.
putting too much hope in it or place in it, whatever it's
Yeah.
called. Like, as in,
They had too
they
much
thought it
faith
was
in
better than it
too much
was.
faith in the ant CGI.
a lot of it was good,
Hmm.
but then bits when there were like 500 ants surrounding Lawrence Fishburne,
Yeah.
it was like, this looks a bit shit.
It's like, and also if that's going to be how you catch him and you stop him doing anything,
Yeah.
that's a bit lazy writing as well. It's
Yeah,
like, oh, the
yeah.
ants did it.
Although speaking of which, we didn't mention in the summary, but there was Ghost was in this, which is that superhero, that supervillain. I was
Yeah.
like, I think she's famous. Not really that familiar. They didn't do a typical Marvel villain. Usually, it's this guy is a bad guy because they're a bad guy.
Yeah.
This, although it wasn't as good as it could have been.
No.
But they at least tried to be like, this character has depth and
Yeah.
has motives and reasons why
The
they're
motives
evil.
I don't get, and I know they set up a feud and that, but I don't get
Yeah.
why Lawrence Fishburne was helping her. That was the bit for me that was dodgy. That was
I think it was a bit of one. I feel sorry for this little girl because she's fucked, and because he's a scientist, so he wants to know what's happening.
Yeah,
blah blah blah.
hypothesis
And
and all
also, I fucking hate Hank Pym, and he kind of that maybe he's the one that came to the verdict that it was Hank's fault,
Yeah.
and he told her maybe. That it
maybe,
was-
yeah. But the whole, I like it. And this whole thing with the little lab. When I first saw them shrink the lab, I thought it was just a gimmick thing, like, oh, they're going
Yeah,
to take
that
that
was a
around
bit-
everywhere with them.
yeah.
But it became a plot device. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. And what we said about the whole, everything's supposed to keep its what's the word? Everyone's supposed to keep its density.
Mm.
That's gone out the window.
Yeah.
It was already half out the window in the first one with
Yeah.
the whole tank, and that's completely gone.
Yeah, it's like, you can pick up a house and
Yeah.
and shit.
Everything. We did say they were going to be a bit more adventurous with the whole shrinking.
Yeah, I
and
went,
growing, like
went
with the
went
cars.
crazy with it.
I kind of like the car thing.
That was a good idea. I like that.
I think
I
that's
also
pretty
like the Pez dispenser.
yeah, that was
Fucking
funny.
my salt shaker.
Yeah, his salt shaker was
Fucking
in there.
love that.
You know, I'm going to admit something here, Tom. I saw the title of one video, and it was by whoever the director was, and the other thing was like, blah, 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 walks you through their scene in
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
I saw one that said, I didn't watch it, that said, blah, 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 walks you through the kitchen scene with the Wasp.
Hmm.
And I was thinking, oh shit, they're going to do like my mind immediately jumped to Quicksilver in Days of Future Past.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, they're going to do like a really cool spectacle with,
No, if you've seen the trailer, you'd know what that was.
I didn't see that bit.
In the trailer with the salt shaker. That was the... Yeah,
I
love
was
that salt
expecting
shaker.
I think they should have gone for like one massive scene where they show off the ability like they did with... I think that's what they tried to do, but I don't think it was that
they can't
amazing.
slow things down though because she hasn't got that ability.
Yeah, but they can do something to do with resizing shit and...
Well, they kind of did.
They did, but I think
They
it
ran
could've
off
been-
running up the knife and shit was quite cool,
Yeah.
and then jumping on the board when they were cutting things and that.
Yeah, I just thought it was a bit boring. I think it was a bit over too CGI, which again...
Well, I didn't
if
notice
it's-
it cut
you
from a
can't
bit
really-
where it was like actual fruit and veg, and then it cut to it being a
Yeah.
CGI fruit and veg, and you could tell. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
But other than that, yeah, I mean, as a plot,
The Salt Shaker was nice, though.
the Salt Shaker was fucking spot on. Like, I love that Salt Shaker. Yeah, I like how some of the smaller characters got a chance to shine a bit more
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah, like the little goons in his...
The bit when he's
Thing.
in the school, and
That
he
was
gets shrunk
hilarious.
to like dwarf size.
I think that was my favourite bit.
And he's
Just
like-
because
he comes out wearing
basically
that
his,
jumper.
his resizing thing with Jiggy fucks up a bit, so he keeps growing and shrinking without being able to help it. And he's stuck at like 4 foot. He's
Yeah.
got a big old jumper with flappy sleeves.
Yeah, and the teacher sees
And the
him,
teacher sees
and he's just like,
Even
and
though
his
it's clear-
instinct is just to run away,
Yeah,
and not
even
turn
though
around and be
it's-
like, I'm a man.
Even though it's... No, but imagine that, if you were a teacher coming out and you saw someone that looked a lot smaller than a kid as well, and you're like,
Yeah.
oi! And then it turned around and there was a man and went, what? I'd shoot myself in the head.
What I don't understand is why Wasp didn't help him more in that situation.
I think Wasp was getting her own back. I liked the whole. They were pissed off that he went. Well, Hank was pissed off that
He went
Scott
to
had gone to
Germany.
Germany and
With the-
taken his tech and got
Yeah.
himself in trouble
Yeah.
with his tech. But Hope was pissed off
that
that
she wasn't invited to the
she wasn't
party.
invited, yeah.
Like, yeah, I like that dynamic, and I like her little attitude of like, if I was there, you wouldn't have got caught, sort of thing.
That was funny.
I was like, yeah, but you weren't introduced into the universe yet. As the, you know what I mean? You weren't established enough.
Yeah.
Maybe next time. Maybe not, actually.
Maybe not. Yeah.
Definitely not.
Definitely not.
Definitely not. Do you think, we'll talk about that post-credit scene now,
Okay. Go for it.
when the most predictable thing that we all thought would happen as soon as we saw Infinity War with the snap,
Yeah,
we
me
all
and
went,
Tom kept looking at each other and like pointing at characters throughout the film and clicking like
Yeah.
they're gonna go.
yeah. Well, I actually, halfway through, I don't know if you remember this,
I do
came up
remember,
with a
'cause
better
I-
ending.
Yeah, I remember shitting my pants. When
And
said
you
it.
were like, oh, fuck, I hope that happens. And we got there, and it kind of happened, but not the way we wanted
Yeah,
it
yeah.
to. Like, what I wanted to happen, I got halfway through, I thought, how cool would it be if they've spent all this film trying to save this mum, and they find the mum, and they've got her, and she just gets back, and she fixes the ghost, and it's all well and good. And then she just, like, they turn around, and it's like, oh, good, so, like, well, what next, or whatever. And then she just fades away because of the snap.
That would go fuck. I would shit myself.
And then
But I said it's like
they've got, I think the
Depends.
fade thing has taken too many people. What are the odds that it would take 3 of the 4 main characters of Ant-Man? It's meant to be half the universe. It's taken more than half the MCU
Lazy
at this
writing.
point. It's taken more than half the MCU at this point. Does that mean there's like more non-MCU characters that are like just background extras that are still there?
yeah. I kind of like that they left it to the post credit, but I kind of don't because I don't like it because your idea is like fucking
I,
plot twist shitty pants.
I kept
But-
coming up with stuff.
Yeah.
I kept going, oh, what if his... And then I thought, what if afterwards
His daughter
he goes back to see his daughter and she's gone
gone,
as well?
yeah.
And then he phones Hank and he's like, you got to help me. And then your post-credit scene could be him going into the quantum realm,
Yeah.
but with Hank on the other side. Obviously,
Yeah,
that's not
yeah.
going to work, whatever they got planned for part 4 Avengers 4. But I just thought that would have been a cool, like, you don't have to get rid of everyone. I think getting rid of everyone in a way, as Avengers sort of did,
Yeah.
it kind of takes away the seriousness of it.
Yeah.
Whereas if you just take away one person, you still have the element of, what the fuck?
Yeah. What was I saying? Yeah, and if they'd left it to, if they'd done it at the end of the film, like you said, that would have sort of made this whole film seem like a trailer for the
In a
next
way,
film, if that makes
but
sense.
it's
In the
also-
same way that people think that Half-Blood Prince is just
Set up for
a
Deathly
setup.
Hallows.
Yeah, this
Well,
one
it
would
is.
be. Yeah,
But
it is,
that was
still.
written to be that.
That's my favourite book, though.
But here's the thing, like, the other thing I thought was maybe the reason that they did it, like, the fact that everyone's gone, apart from the original Avengers,
Yeah,
and, like, a raccoon,
yeah,
alright, just hear me out, and maybe the reason that because he was in the quantum realm when it happened,
yeah,
maybe that kept him exempt from it. Maybe the people that went are, like, the Avengers-wise,
yeah.
are supposed to be the people that go. Like, not necessarily like a fate thing. Like,
Yeah.
maybe Thanos' thing is like, it doesn't work on, like, I don't know, people who were involved with the Battle of New York, a raccoon, and, you know what I mean? Maybe there's something about the people that are left.
Yeah.
And obviously Ant-Man's exempt because he wasn't in the realm at the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's my...
So how do you think he's going to get out of the quantum realm? In the next one?
I think it's going to be something to do with Stark and S.H.I.E.L.D. I think S.H.I.E.L.D. are going to come back because it's got that S.H.I.E.L.D. That picture's kind of ruined us a little bit.
Yeah.
Because there's a picture, obviously, of Ant-Man and Tony Stark and then Battle of New York and everything.
Yeah.
And I
the
feel
next
like,
film.
to me, that suggests that Tony Stark goes through the thing somehow, finds him. I mean, the other thing is, S.H.I.E.L.D., I know they're not around at the minute, but S.H.I.E.L.D. had the plans for that thing. So they could easily make another one, slip Tony Stark in there, in his Iron Man suit, pull him out, you know.
Yeah.
The other thing is, there's a speculation I saw online this morning.
Yeah.
There's a little, you know how like there's a shadow of Michelle Pfeiffer in the clouds of the last film.
Yeah.
There was a little city in the background.
Ooh.
They might be alluding to something, which might explain how she kept fed and watered and shit while she was in there,
Yeah.
and could explain like if it's like I don't know how it works with the quantum realm. Is there time travel involved?
Don't think so.
Because if there's time pockets and that in there, maybe that city is New York in the Battle of New York,
Yeah.
and it's like that element of time is in that little window or whatever.
Yeah.
And that's how I don't know. There's so much things they could do. Depends how far they want to go. But yeah, I'm excited. As I say, like I'm excited. I'm not Infinity War excited,
Yeah.
but it was a nice thing to tie me over.
I kind of hope they would have done something with the big old hoop.
Yeah.
Because it's set in the same city. That's obviously what the fuck is this? But nothing happened.
Yeah, even if like at the end, like he's sat in that drive-through or whatever, and then. Or maybe when they're on the rooftop, instead of having them have two post-credit scenes, have them fade away afterwards. But he goes in, and then the ring appears,
Yeah.
and they turn around and they're talking to him while he's in there, like bloody bloody blah, like a couple of hours later or whatever.
Yeah.
And then they all fade away
Yeah.
because then it could have been behind him, and then it would have just tied things together a little bit more. I also wonder if that post-credit scene was done after Infinity War came out.
I think it would have been.
Because I don't think they would have told all those cast members,
Yeah.
so you're going to fade away now, because that's
Yeah,
what
yeah.
happens in Infinity War. They wouldn't have told Michelle Pfeiffer that,
Yeah,
because
exactly.
she's not even in it that much. Like, I reckon it was a case of, you got to come back for a reshoot on the 29th of April. Why? Just come back for a reshoot on the 29th of April, I'll tell you.
The thing that annoyed me as well was how it was like, oh, Janet has superpowers and can heal the
Yeah,
ghost.
it's
Just on her
like,
head at the end.
I came back changed. There you go, you're
Yeah.
fixed.
It made no sense. It reminded me, I said this to you at the time, of when we played D&D, and it's like 2 a.m. We've finished the campaign, and they go, okay, blah, 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 the king's been saved, banish the orcs, blah, 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 the end. And you go, what about
the witch?
this? And they go, oh, the witch was, who's the caster? Tom, you touch her and she disappears, the end. And you go, oh.
Oh, they could have done that the whole time.
Yeah. It seemed like lazy writing.
Yeah.
What did you think of the comedy?
I liked the comedy a lot, actually. That was the
I
highlight
can't
for
remember
me.
any jokes that didn't land,
No.
and I can't remember a lot of the jokes.
I can't, but I remember
liking
laughing
them.
out loud many times at some of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, the little bits that didn't get me were things like when Paul Rudd just said one thing a little bit too much.
Yeah.
So like when he gets in the van and he's like, "Oh, do you want an ice pack and a snack box?" And he went,
Yeah.
"Do you have that?" That wasn't like
yeah.
I was like, why would he make that joke? That's not
Yeah.
like. But the rest of them seemed pretty solid.
We were right about having another one of the story time thingamajiggies. Story time.
Yeah.
And he goes through his thing, but I didn't enjoy it as much because me and Tom called something. I didn't call.
We sat
but-
there and made up something as it happened.
Yeah, and it would have been 10 times better.
Yeah,
when
where-
basically Lewis, whatever his name is,
Yeah.
is doing another one of his, and then this happened, and this person said this, and this person
Yeah.
that, which
And then he even says, and then Scott went to Germany to fight with Captain America.
and we both
thought, wouldn't
we
it be
both
cool?
slapped each other at the same time, went Captain America.
Yeah,
and
and
we
if they
thought-
cut to just a bit of them like shaking hands and him being
Yeah, and
like,
then it's obviously him doing like a really
Yeah.
fast talking, and it's the
Yeah.
person lip sync, and we thought we were gonna get Steve Rogers going, yeah, and I'm Captain America, and we're gonna fight, and blah blah blah, something stupid and funny like that, but we didn't.
Yeah.
I quite like that character in this though.
I
Louis
do. I
Lewis,
like him
whatever
a
his name
lot.
is.
I
He's
like
quite
the
funny.
whole truth serum thing as well. That was good.
Not a truth serum.
Yeah.
I guess it is a truth serum. The cop, I liked him.
Yeah.
He was really funny. Like the FBI agent at the end when he's like, "I'll see you soon."
Yeah. He's
And he
like,
goes, "I thought you were inviting me out for dinner."
yeah.
And he goes,
No.
"Oh, wait,
do
should
you want
we?"
to go? No, okay.
That was funny.
Yeah. Yeah. He's He was a standout for me, that guy, actually.
Yeah.
And when he was learning all the magic tricks.
Mm.
Stuff as well. He was like, wow, it is magic.
Yeah. One thing that really annoyed me and kept taking me out of the film was the product placement.
Yeah.
Had the Honda cars, every single year. They had that.
It was like Hyundai, I think. I don't think it was Honda.
Oh, whatever.
But yeah, I noticed it as soon as that little race car came out, and it was like logo in the screen for
I
like
noticed
5
it from
frames.
the start when.
And off. And then, all the
single car
trailers
they had.
beforehand didn't help.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that car that spoke didn't come out from the trailer with the kids in it.
Yeah.
Like-
That was an Audi though.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. That was weird.
There was basically before the film started, there was a trailer going, "This is a laptop with this and this and this and this and this."
The actual
And
laptop,
it's
the
one
actual laptop from the film.
Yeah, and then that took me out of it because every time they used it didn't work though because I don't know what brand it was. I'm not going to buy it.
I don't know.
But
I want to know what it is because if it's good enough for Ant-Man and to get into the quantum realm, it's good enough for my uni work.
there you go. But yeah, every time they were like, "We need to do something." Zoom in on the laptop.
Yeah, and at the end we're going to go watch a movie, and it's on that
On the
laptop.
laptop.
But apparently that's lifted from an Ant-Man comic book, and in the comic book it's a phone.
Oh.
Obviously they couldn't get a product placement deal with iPhone, so they didn't bother.
But yeah, it
But
just
yeah.
annoyed me how much product placement there was. It kept taking me out of the film.
Yeah, like I'm not sure why either. Like, and I didn't do it on obvious things.
Yeah.
Like, is Pez a product placement in it as well?
Fuck knows.
Hello
Is that still a
Kitty,
thing?
is that a product
Paul's got
placement?
that
in it?
covered.
Is Salt Shakers a product placement? Ants a product placement?
Yeah.
No, that wasn't them. That film. Yeah, it's my second favorite Ant film after Bug's Life.
I like how this film didn't, well, not as much do. Like the first one was basically Iron Man 1 again. I can't remember if we said
Oh yeah,
that
it
earlier.
was a unique story. It just
Yeah.
didn't have much going on. I
Yeah.
found this was very like when we got to the mansion when they're sat tied up and the phone's going off, which was hilarious. Part of me was like, this is just a lot of expedition and nothing's really happened at this
Yeah.
point for us to be like, oh, I'm so invested. Like also, it's like let's introduce Lawrence Fishburne.
Yeah.
2 scenes later, he's the bad guy. You know, that was a bit of a mess up with that. Oh, the other thing is they stole a joke from Incredibles 2. Spoiler for Incredibles 2. I'm sorry. You know, when the phone goes off.
Yeah.
When he's doing the interrogation. In Incredibles 2, she's riding her bike chasing the thing.
Yeah.
And she's riding it, and then she's like, oh, got another call, hold on. Answers it on her bike, and it's Dash saying, oh, have you seen my socks? Blah, 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 blah. And it was like, and then you just hear in the background Bob Parr go, don't call your mother. But I was like, it reminded me of that, which is weird because they both came out at the same time and they're made like from the same studio head, but still.
So I said it would be just above average. You said it would just be just below average.
I'll say it just was average.
That's exactly
Yeah.
what I was thinking. I was thinking that last night.
Landed
when I got
firmly in
home.
the middle. Like, I'm in no desire to rush out and go see it again. Normally
Yeah,
I go
same.
see a Marvel film, like, I want to see it again.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
that one, I'm like, after Infinity War, it was nice to have it was like a palate cleanser in a way.
Yeah.
It kind of just reset things to like, this is just a fun journey.
Yeah, we said that.
And it didn't suffer so much because of
romp.
Infinity War.
Yeah.
It wasn't like we were going, oh, this isn't Infinity War, because we knew it wasn't going to be. Like, it's a different thing.
I feel like it kind of did a Rogue One on us, but because it was the post credits, that's the point of the post credits scenes. In that Rogue One going out, I was like, oh my fucking god, that was fucking
Yeah.
awesome. And then I go, wait, take away the last 5 minutes
Yeah.
where it was
Oh, yeah.
New Hope
It's
again.
an okay film about the last 5 minutes, Rogue One,
exactly.
yeah.
So this, I was like, oh my god, there was Infinity War. Now let's talk about Infinity War and all this shit. I was like, oh. Well, that to be fair, that's the point of the post credit. It's not part of the story. It's supposed to be like a
Not to the
fan
next one.
service. Everyone shit yourselves.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was good.
Yeah, well, yeah. As I say, there's also, I doubt there's going to be another one.
Well, I guess it depends what happens in the next one.
Yeah, but I just feel like it's also like, business standpoint,
Yeah.
I've been following. Obviously, it came out late in some countries because of
Yeah.
the World Cup for some fucking reason. Don't get me started. But because of that, it's done, even in America, what it's supposed to get in its like opening weekend and shit,
Yeah.
it's been very below predictions. But they also have to remember they had a hell of a win recently as well.
Yeah.
So it could be that after Infinity War, everyone's just like, I'm not going to go see that one just yet. I'm going to have a little,
Yeah.
like, I mean,
But also, they're going to end up getting rid of all the original Avengers. So they can't just be like, oh, we'll play it safe with the other ones. They need to start making these ones better, which I think they have. This one's better than.
oh yeah, it is
Ant-Man
definitely.
1, I
It's
think.
good. It's
From
enjoyable. I think
memory.
it's better than. I'd say it's on the level of Doctor Strange for me.
Yeah, I think that's a good.
Like Doctor Strange is better than Ant-Man 1.
Yeah.
This is as good as Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
Like, but I don't think. I think he could be like a Hawkeye type character, where he doesn't have his own film, but he
Yeah,
pops
yeah.
up in the other ones.
Yeah.
I'd like that more. I think.
I think it'd be
because-
good in a buddy cop film. Like, not with. I thought him and Wasp were kind of boring together.
Yeah,
there
or
wasn't
put
that
him.
much in it.
Maybe Wasp goes missing, and he has to team up with either Spider-Man
Yeah.
Ant-Man and Spider-Man.
Yeah.
That'd be fun. I'd love that. That'd be great.
He teams up with Hawkeye a few times in the comics. Like
Hawkeye could be
sits
about
on-
as well, but he doesn't
sits
need
on
his
Hawkeye's
own
arrow.
thing. Or you
But I
could
don't think
have,
you want those two people together. They're not that
No,
charismatic
that's what I mean.
enough.
Or you want like, well,
Paul Rudd kind
Rudd's
of is, yeah.
but I don't think he wouldn't benefit from having.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think that's a lot of the problem as well. Wasp isn't a charismatic female to me.
No,
She's just very sort of average. Like, no
Yeah.
offense, but I'm sure she's fine. No, she's fine, but she's not like wow. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
She hasn't
yeah.
got like Captain Marvel's. You can tell's got that kind of wow to her.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Maybe it'll be like Ant-Man. I know it won't happen because I don't think Robert Downey Jr. is going to be around to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But Ant-Man and Iron Man would be a cool thing.
Yeah.
I'd like to see them two together
That'd
on
be
a,
cool.
on a mission or something. Like just
Yeah.
Tony Stark getting frustrated and like Ant-Man.
And then if Hank Pym's involved, he can have a bit of like, oh yeah, this is our tech, it's a bit better than yours.
And then he could merge the tech, and you could have mini Ant-Man, mini Iron Man, and big Iron Man. And you could have like Stark. What's that? What's Hank's stuff called?
Pym tech.
Pym tech.
Pym
You
particles.
could have Pym particle Starks Industries. Stark's Pym particles. Yeah, there's so many. Like, there's things you could do there. But I think team up with Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, something like that could be
Yeah.
quite a even if he just pops up in one of their films.
Yeah.
Would be quite a nice nod, but it all depends what happens. And also, you have to remember there's a hell of a well coming with Fox
Yeah.
of like 10 characters they haven't been able to play with before.
Well, 1,000. You know how many fucking X-Men
But
there
10 ones that are, but 10 like, okay, so X-Men, like seeing it as franchises,
Okay.
X-Men, Fantastic Four, Deadpool and Doctor Doom
Yeah.
and Silver Surfer. They're the 5 things
Yeah.
really.
Technically, they're two different franchises, but okay.
Yeah, but they're
They're
all,
only two franchises.
yeah, but they're going to put them together. That's what I'm saying. It's all going to come into the MCU, I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure. So because
No, it will.
Huh?
Definitely. I said, no, it will.
Yeah,
Definitely.
So them characters are going to come into play. Is there going to
Yeah.
be room for another Ant-Man film on
Yeah,
the
good
roster?
point.
If they're like, fuck, we got the X-Men now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're not going to be like, oh, let's make a Wolverine film.
Yeah.
We don't need, no, you're fine. Don't worry. Paul Rudd can pop up now and again.
Yeah.
Wait, Paul Rudd could pop up in a X-Men film.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. I can see that happening.
So, overall, what would you give out of 10?
Are we doing 5 each or are we doing 10?
We'll do 5 each, because then we can't go flat middle like we said we would.
Yeah. I'm going to say 3.
I'm going to say 3 as well, so technically
wasn't-
it's just above average,
Yeah.
but if I could, 2.5.
Yeah, like it's not bad. It's
Yeah.
not. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just not. It's not the if that came out around the time of Ant-Man 1,
Yeah.
I think it would have been better because in comparison, but we've had
Yeah.
the stakes have just got bigger and bigger and bigger
Yeah,
over the
they-
last 2 years.
Yeah.
That it's like the game's.
I
been
think
up.
that's... Oh, I got a yawn. I think that was intentional, the fact that like you've just had a big fucking,
Yeah.
journey, traumatic for the viewers.
Yeah. You've been to see this one 100 times.
Yeah,
Come
so
see this once and
give
just
you
have a good time.
Yeah, let's
Like,
give you a little
I think
funny
Captain
thing.
Marvel's going to rank it up again, though.
yeah,
I think that's going to be connected quite directly into Infinity War. What happens there?
yeah,
Or at least at the end, it's going to like really seriously. I think that will be like a prequel to Infinity War.
yeah.
So yeah, we'll see. But I'm excited.
Same.
It's good. It hasn't turned me off the MCU or anything.
Yeah,
the
I
other thing
agree.
is you got to see how much of it is down to superhero fatigue. I know they say, "Oh, it's not a real thing," but it is.
No, it is. Yeah,
And also it doesn't help that a better film for me that just came out, Incredibles 2,
yeah,
isn't a Marvel film and it's a kick-ass superhero film.
yeah.
And it's kind of like, given the two right now, I know which one I want. I want to see Incredibles for a 7th time next week.
Jesus.
But I ain't going to go see Ant-Man 2 again probably till later in its run, like maybe one more time.
Yeah.
If that. Probably not, because uni will be on then.
Yeah.
But yeah. So yeah.
So it was an okay film.
Yeah.
Funny, nothing to shit your pants about,
Yeah.
but
Don't get excited.
yeah, it was a good laugh. I wasn't really that excited for it, which is probably why I'm not butthurt that it was okay.
But I feel like we found it's a good film to go see with mates as well. Like we were
Yeah.
sat there and we had a lot of
Had a
times where we were just
little
like, oh,
laugh,
look, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, snap. Like, yeah, it's like all these little, like, if you've got a friend that's really into Marvel
Yeah,
and you go together, then you can, then, you
Be a good bonding
it'll be a good
experience.
little experience for you. And if it's good, like, it's the lowest performing Phase 3 movie,
ooh,
financially. But
Yeah.
it comes after the highest grossing Phase every movie.
yeah.
So, anyway, so yeah, that's been the review.
I've been Aiden.
I've been Tom.
And
Shalom!